So I'm sure some of you feel like, oh my gosh, you're so overwhelmed. How much more are we going to learn? I feel like I'm not really getting down the stuff I've already done. I want to let you know that this section is just going to reinforce what you've already learned, so a review, and then add a little bit more, okay? So these first two examples are just, okay, do I actually know what to do? All right, so there's different forms. Why do they have different forms? They have different functions, okay? Standard form is just standard form. You write it out, x squared, x, and a number. So they gave it to me in standard form. Now, the next thing they want is vertex form. So there's two ways to do vertex form. One way you could do it is you could put it in factored form and figure out what's in the middle. Or another way is solve by completing the square. I will show you both, but I want to show you solve by completing the square because what we do later will support completing the square. Okay? So when we solve by completing the square, what we do, oops, I shouldn't be writing in pen. The first thing we do is we move that 15 over. And then we make a cute little box over here. And we want to make a perfect square. So we take this, that goes there. You should guarantee that this is going to be on your quiz this week. And it might not be solved by completing the square. It might be, what's the third step? Where did I make a mistake? Keep that in mind. So that's negative 2x. So half of negative 2 is negative 1. And then now I go x, negative 1, negative 1. A negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. So this positive 1 gets added to both sides. And then I take, let me find another pen here, whatever. This, and that's what's going to be in parentheses squared. So I get x minus 1 squared, and 15 plus 1 is 16. What do you think I do now? You're right, square root. That gets rid of that. X minus 1 equals plus or minus 4. Add 1, add 1. So I have 1 plus 4, which is 5. Oopsies. What did I just do? I went too far. I did this again last video. Okay? Vertex form. In vertex form, I should have stopped here and then moved it over. When you move it back over, it turns negative. Okay? Now, some of you go, then what the heck are you doing? I will show you. I actually found the x's. Oops. And then I'm going to show you how I could use that to help me in factored form. Watch this. Factored form means you're going to factor, right? So watch. Oh, shoot. That's minus 5, and that's plus 3. Okay? Sorry, this is like the 5th video I'm making today, so I'm a little overwhelmed. Now, what I should have done is if I'm going to do it in factored form, I could magic x this. Okay? If I do that, my numbers are negative 15, multiply, and negative 2. What does that mean my two numbers are? Negative 5 and 3, x minus 5, x plus 3. So I don't know if you noticed, I actually didn't have to do that because I put it in vertex form, check, and then I solved it. And if I go backwards, look, if I set x minus 5 equal to 0, I get positive 5. If I set x plus 3 equal to 0, I get negative 3. And if some of you go, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Stop here, put it in vertex form, and then magic exit, and you have it in factored form. Now, some of you go, don't I keep going? No, I don't want you to find the x's. I want you to put it in factored form, so it still has an equation. What's the shape? It's a parabola, and it's a u going up. How do I know? Because it's x squared. Okay? All right, let's see. Hopefully I didn't scare you too much, but this is a really good question. Put it in standard form. Hey, cool. It's in standard form. Now, I got to put out there that what's the advantage of standard form? I just got to show you this because I can't help myself. In standard form, it tells you the y-intercept, no problem. So I know the y-intercept is 0, negative 15. There's advantages to each form, right? In factored form, you get to find the x's right away, okay? So here, the y-intercept would be 0, 10, okay? The x-intercepts and the vertex have the most power, but the y-intercept has power too, okay? So if I'm going to find it in vertex form, you know I'm going to solve by completing the square. So I get x squared plus 8x, move this over, equals negative 10. Do my cute little box. Now, if some of you like a different way, I don't care. Do your way. Get the right answer. Show work. Don't cheat. Okay? By the way, half of 8 is 4. And then 4 times 4 is 16. Now in blue I put that, so take the 16 plus 16 plus 16. Then take this, which is x plus 4 equals 6. Okay, now I can go straight to vertex form. Some of you got this wrong before. You have to write y equals. And then move the 6 back over. Now, factored form. If I was going to do it in factored form, I would have to factor it. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to magic exit. What's the problem with this? The problem is there are no numbers that multiply to 10 and add to 8, so I cannot put it in factored form. Now, what if I asked you to find the x-intercepts, or the zeros, or the roots? I could do that. That's solving. And that is when I would square root. I get x plus 4 equals plus or minus rad 6, because I can't take the square root of 6. So then x equals negative 4 plus or minus rad 6. Okay? So if I was actually asking you to solve, which I'm not, that would be your answer. If I was asking you to solve, this would be your answer. If I'm asking you to find the x-intercepts, 5, 0, negative 3, 0. If I'm asking you to find your x-intercepts, it's negative 4 plus the square root of 6, which is a decimal, 0, and negative 4 minus the square root of 6, which is a decimal, 0. The shape, it's still squared, so it's a parabola, it's x squared, it's a u. What I wanted you to get out of this is that maybe I can't give you a certain form. Maybe I can. I'll always be able to give you vertex form because I can always find the vertex. Okay? Now that you've done all of that, now you have it and it looks completely different. If you look here, this was so cute. Y equals. It was so cute and pretty for you. Okay? But this doesn't have y equals. In fact, not only does it not have y equals, but it has an x squared and a y squared. I don't know if you guys remember. Let's see if I can find it. We were doing those new graphs. Let's see. If I can't find it, we're over it. We've learned a lot, haven't we? I'll know when I see it. Let me pause it real quick and find it. It was literally the page before. Okay. So do you look how here this has x equals y squared, and then it was like a sideways parabola? We're used to y equals x squared. And when it's y equals x squared, it looks like this. But when it's x equals y squared, it was like this. And then when it was x squared plus a y squared, it was a circle. They all look, oh, equals a number. Equals a number. So they all look really similar. So when I looked on that page and saw an x squared and a y squared, I know I'm going to be making a circle. If I had an x and a y squared, I know I'm going to be making a sideways parabola. If I had a y and an x squared, I know I'm making the parabola I'm used to. So let's go back to that page and let's look. I have an x squared and a y squared, so I know the shape's going to be a circle because it has an x squared and a y squared. Okay, so I know it's going to be a circle. So standard form. Well, the cool thing is in standard form. So x squared plus y squared, I'm okay with that, minus 4x. Wait, plus 4x minus 8y plus 11 equals 0. That's fine, that's standard form. The vertex form is going to be a little bit more of a workout. When you're doing vertex form, you're going to complete the square, and you're not only going to complete the square one time, but you're going to complete it twice. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reorganize. So I'm going to put my x with my x, and then I'm going to put my y with my y. And then remember what I did first? I moved the 11 over. So what's going to happen is I'm going to complete the square here, and I'm going to complete the square here. So I'm going to have two boxes. So let me zoom out a little bit. And I'll do my first box over here for my x. So I'm going to go x squared, 2x, 2x, x, 2, 2, 4. So that means this is going to be x plus 2 squared. But what did I add to this? Plus 4. So now what am I going to have to, do I add it to the y? No. Here's one side of the equation, here's the other side. So I'm going to add 4 over here. Okay? Now I'm going to do a second box, but I'm going to do it for the y. So I have y squared, half of 8 is 4, don't forget the negative. Y, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Now I take this, and I got to tell you, the little nerd in me loves this section. It's so much fun because it's algebra and it's a puzzle. Okay. And then I get y minus 4. The problem is I added 16. So since I added 16 to this, I got to add 16 to this. Okay? Now, what do you think I put in the middle? Well, what am I doing each time? I'm adding. Let me write it down here so I have more space. And now I'm going to take all of this, and I'm going to add it. 16 plus 4 is 20, minus 11 is 9. This is my answer in vertex form. Okay? So this time I'm doing completing the square, but I'm doing it twice. Okay? Because I got an x squared and a y squared. Now, quick thing. Anybody remember what the center is? Let's review. Negative 2, 4. Because when it's in parentheses, do the opposite. Anybody remember what the radius is? You square root this, 3. So if I was to graph this, I would go left 2 and up 4. That's my fake center. Then I would go right 3, up 3, left 3, down 3. That would be my circle, and these would be my vertices. Okay? All right, let's go to the next page. So, what do I see? Oh, let's do standard form. And as I'm writing it in standard form, I want you to think about if it's a y equals x squared, a u, an x equals y squared, a sideways u, or a x squared plus y squared equals a number, which is a circle. What do you think it is? A circle, because there's an x squared and a y squared. So that means that's a circle. Done. All right. So I am going to rearrange everything. X squared, I'm going to put the x's with the x's, and I'm going to put the y's with the y's, and I'm going to move that cute little number over. And then I'm going to solve this one by completing the square, and I'm going to, oopsies, that's an x, that should be a y. And I'm going to solve this one by completing the square. And I feel like right now we should be pretty good at this. X squared, neg half of it, x, negative 2, 4. Y squared. Y plus 3y, 3y, 3. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. All right. So now what I do is this goes plus 4. And this one goes plus 9. And then this, squared, this, squared, x minus 2, y plus 3, plus, I got it in vertex form, I have to add all that. So I'm going to go x minus 2 squared, plus y plus 3 squared, add all those up, I get 16. All right, added bonus. What is my center? 2, negative 3. What is my radius? 4. So I would go right 2, down 3, that's my center, up 4, right 4, down 4, left 4, and there's my circle. Okay? So, let's look at this one. It's the same thing. I have a y equals an x squared. So if I have y equals x squared, wait, the y isn't squared. The y isn't squared. So that means this is a y equals x squared. So I know it's going up. Standard form. Sweet. I'm actually going to do factored form right now. Now some of you go, oh, well in factored form, I remember that on the previous page. All right. I didn't realize I can go more than 15 minutes. So cool. Actually, I think I'm going to stop it.